Ah, it's been far too long, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Monty Hall, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Brood War Zerg. It is Dark. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss himself, the SC2 Protoss from South Korea. It is Classic. Ah, feels Monty Hall, man. As Classic does mine through the center patches, going for the center expansion. Meanwhile, we'll see where Dark does opt to expand, as it looks like he's also going for the center base as well. Let's go. Now, for those that are curious, welcome one and all to Monty Hall. This is a bit of an older map in the tournament map rotation, I should say, as it's been around for quite a number of months, and I think nowadays has been rotated out of the StarCraft Evolution map pool. But this is almost like a pseudo island map. Basically, your main base is fully walled in. You're fully walled in here by these mineral patches, and to take your natural, your third, and your fourth base, you do have to mine through these patches and expand here outwards into the map. Likewise, there are also more expansions here towards the corners as well, 3 bases bottom left, and likewise 3 bases top right as well. When it comes to each lane, as Dark does expand towards the center and the top half of the map, when it comes to each lane, they are fully walled off with these cliff faces, so without drop play, or I believe Colossus can also stumble through some of these cliff faces, but for the most part, your ground army is kind of locked in. This does also mean that rotating can be very awkward and very difficult. It can be very difficult rotating from one lane to another lane, and we have seen a lot of players caught out of position and caught off guard by doing so. Meanwhile, Dark going hatch before pool, by the way. Jesus, the greed. hatch before gas into spawning pool. Very greedy build here by Dark. Classic opening up gate expand into Cybercore. So Dark being hyper greedy, Classic also being economic. Dark will scout the initial natural expansion. On top of that, I should emphasize that the initial mineral patch you can fit through with workers, but to fit through with an army, you have to mine through the patches themselves. To mine through those patches, Dark going for his fourth expansion here already, before the pool is even done. So again, the greed is insane. Hatch, gas pool, another hatchery. Ooh, rushing into Hydra, skipping Ling speed. Okay, I mean, speaking of greed here, just mass expanding, and also skipping tech and rushing to the Hydras. I don't think you can get greedier than this, I'll be honest. Now, Dark, he is making a wave of Lings. He has to defend. But the greed here is insane. And what Dark can do, even though he took this base first, because he took his northern base so quickly, he can just saturate on the right-hand side. Like, he's droning, he's saturating on the right-hand side instead. Those workers are safe. So because of his early expansions, he can scout, he can find where his opponent spawned and where they're expanding, and he can just pick and choose where to drone. You just pick and choose where to drone, where to saturate. Hydras are already amassing. Again, just really early Hydra production here from Dark as he skipped Link speed. And he does go for the Adept. First Adept goes down. Ooh, we'll lose one of the Hydras. Expensive losses here for Dark, losing a Hydra. But he pulls away. Now remember, he has not mined through those patches, so he can only reinforce with this one hatchery. Just the one hatchery can reinforce. Hydras are getting picked up. Darky's just buying more time. Hydras that are built here on the right hand side, they're locked in on the right. So Dark, he has to be careful. Likewise, one of those Hydras is going to go down. Have we ever seen Dark do this build before? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've casted him do this build. On this map, even. I can't recall if it was against Classic or against Skillus. Or another Protoss. But now, though, again, he's going to be bleeding out so many of these Hydras. Every Hydra goes down. Nice catch here from Classic. And again, Dark, he can't reinforce. He has Hydras here in some of these other fringe bases. But he cannot save this center base. He finally mines through that patch. But Dark, he gets supply block, bleeding out 8 Hydras. Expensive losses here for Dark. And he will lose the base. He will lose the expansion. Yeah, nice pick off here from Classic. Takes down the hatchery. Dark, he mined through the minerals, which means Classic, he makes his way into the main. And Dark, he can't reinforce. The Lings are stuck. The Lings are stuck on the other side. Classic going for the kill. Again, the other meter, he's still stuck. He can't help. Yeah, Dark, he's locked out of his own base. This is what I mean by pseudo island map. Finally, he breaks through. He's desperately trying to break through into his own main. Likewise, mining on the left-hand side as well. Nice kiting here by Classic. Does go for the Hydras. That F's coming to reinforce. Dark, he's trying to get in. Let him in, Papi, let him in. And Dark, he should hold. He should be able to hold on here, but these are some rough losses for Dark. Some rough trades and just a really awkward fight. There's the recall. Oh, saving 2 Stalkers. And where exactly are we at this point? 23 Lings, 11 Hydras going down. Yeah, much more efficient trades from Classic, but Dark survives. He does survive, and now finally he breaks through. Like, he mines through all the patches, he now connects all of his bases. He's going for his own counterattack. Dark Templar waddles in. Does waddle across the map. We have a defensive shield battery here, back home to defend. And Dark, he can't get much done here. He's not going to get much done. DT's waddling in. He's going to be spotted by the Overlords. As a reminder, Overlords are detectors. So Dark, he does spot this. Doesn't have an Overlord back at home. So workers are going down. Overlords, they're so slow. And so far damage is being done. Thankfully, only 1 DT. If we had additional Dark Templar, I mean, this could be game. We could see a DT in every single base. For now, just the 1. Getting 3 drone kills, picking off 3 Lings. The Overlord is slowly coming in. There we go. Now does arrive. That's still 5 drones. 5 drones and 10 Lings for 1 Dark Templar. Very nice trade. Catching under the Overlord. Classic does take a 3rd expansion. And Classic is gearing up towards mainly a gateway-focused army. He's got mass sentry for force fields. This is also where force fields have more potency against Brood War Zerg. Against SC2 Zerg, what do you have to break force fields? Well, you have Ravagers in the mid-game. In the mid-game, you have Ravagers available. Here, Dark doesn't really have an answer. Ultras will eventually be an answer, but I mean, that's later on in Hive Tech. Ling Hydra is going to be pulled apart by the force fields. Like, force fields have that much more value, that much more potency. They're that much better against the Brood War Zerg player. And that's why Classic is going to be relying on them. So we have Mass Sentry moving out to reinforce. Dark, he does keep, he's trying to keep up with the rotations. He's setting up here towards the south side. So far he's in position. Takes down the Stalker. Nice catch. Force Wheels, they lock down the army though. Yeah, the army gets cut in half. And these Hydras are going to go down. And we'll still have plenty more Force Wheels that came from. Oh my god. That was what? That was 10 Hydras falling. And Classic, he wants 10 more. These force fields a little bit more lackluster. He gets 1 more Hydra. That was a little bit wasteful. See Dark setting up a counterattack. Headed towards that northern base. Classic, he pulls away for now. Dark sneaking up with those sentries. Getting caught out instead. Beating out 3 Hydras. Dark, he should force a cancel. And again, Classic, he is running out of force fields, but here we go. 3 more sentries coming to reinforce. Yeah, he has plenty of force fields. Locks down 2 more Hydras. You can see that Dark, he's being a little more careful about engaging. There's a cancel. And Classic, he has too much. He has far too much here. The force fields are too good. It's been such a chaotic game here for Dark, and Dark is being overrun. As Classic, he blinks on in, shuts down the Hydras. Voids are being pulled. GG gets called, and Classic will overwhelm. Classic takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Classic does take a lead again, using the terrain, losing the SimCity against Dark there. The force fields, there was just no answer to that. On top of that, the early game was also just really chaotic for Dark. Dark, he bled out so many Hydras and so many Lings and just so many units because that early fumbled defense. Again, you could see just how awkward it can be on this map, especially as a Zerg player, because your production is split up. Right, your production is split up between all the bases. Your hatcheries, of course, are cut off from your main bases. They're cut off from each other. So Dark just couldn't reinforce. He could not reinforce his main. He couldn't save it. It was far too much. It was far too much early on, and from there, Classic snowballed out of control. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into game number 2. Going to be loading into Amygdala. Let's go. Let us go. Alright, getting in. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Amygdala, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg. Ooh, down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can recover and make a series out of this. It is Dark. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player, the Brutal Protoss, leading the series 1-0. It is Classic. Let's go. Let us go. Almost like Dark used this build too many times for Classic. I mean, I would say that it was quite a very close attack there from Classic. What I mean by that specifically, if you remember, as Dark was losing control of that center base, as Dark lost the hatchery, that's when he mined through that final patch. Like Dark, that mineral patch, I'm referring to the wall of protecting his main base from that center like lane. He mined through that patch just as the base was dying, and that's when Classic got in. Thanks to Dark in a way, right? Because Classic, he didn't pull any boys, he didn't have any probes to mine through those patches, so it was very fortunate that had lined up. And you could argue that if Dark hadn't done that, if he hadn't mined through those minerals, he would have been able to like have just a much cleaner early game and would have been able to mine through his own patches to defend his bases, and yeah, would have had a different kind of setup, different scenario. Meanwhile, Fake Cannon Rush. Fake Cannon Rush here by Classic. He does force Dark to overreact. Not bad. Oh, as he does let it finish. Okay. I mean, he's still keeping the drones. Oh my god, Jesus! Dark, he pulls all the boys. All the boys do move down, and the hatchery is about to complete. But this is a lot lost mine time. Oh my god, very unnecessary as well. Classic, he's in his head. I mean, it does cost him a pylon, does cost him some minerals. That is true, but I would say that was worth it. Not bad. Not bad here from Classic. He pulls away. Again, it was a fake out. There was no forge. There was no intention of a cannon rush. And now Dark is aware. Here we go. So once again, really nice mind games here from Classic. Behind this, we do have a Robo follow-up here, which I believe is spotted by Dark. Yeah, Dark, he does confirm the Robo. Does confirm. Classic has fumbled counter rushes versus Dark before, so Dark is training this a lot. I would say Dark did overreact to that, especially when it comes to pulling all the boys afterwards, after the pylon had finished. Meanwhile, Dark, he does go for an insanely fast lair. Let's go. Dark, he does skip link speed. He skips link speed here. He stays in gas, rushing into the lair. This could be for an early Roach War. This could be for Link Queen Nidus. With 3 gases here, that is a bit of an excess gas. We'll see what Dark commits into. We'll see if a Roach War gets thrown down. Is he's building up to 4 gases? Otherwise, with 4 gases, now I'm leaning more towards something like 2-base Muta. Do we go for the Spire? Do we go for the Mutas? Let's go. Let us go. So far, Classic, he does, okay, a couple different things. Dark, he saw the Robo, and he now sees, he confirms the Reaver drop, but seeing the Robo opener and confirming the Reaver drop play, honestly, 2-base Muta is going to completely shut this down. This reminds me of, like, SC2 PVZ when it comes to disruptor openers. When we saw a rise in popularity of disruptor openers, we also did see mutas as a response to that in the meta. This was a couple of years ago at this point. Seeing mutas against disruptor drops, now seeing mutas against shuttle drops or reaver drops. I mean, it all, yeah, it's, it all rhymes. It's like the prequels. Here we go. Reaver drop is on the way, mutas on the horizon. I believe Classic did not scout the timing of the lair. Yep, he has no idea. He has no idea what he's stepping into. Reavers are moving out. The Spire is almost halfway done. And we'll see what Classic can achieve here with that Reaver drop. Let's go. Reavers are stepping in. Making their way towards that natural mineral line. First shot's gonna go off. Oh, not bad. 3 drones. 3 drones go down. Late reaction by Dark. Going for the Queen. 1 more shot. Queen goes down. Queen does fall. Oh, the drones are bunched up. 6 drone kills. This is quite solid. Oh my god. 9, getting 9 drones towards the end. Very nicely done. Dark, he did not split well enough as he was bunched up, losing 3 drones for each volley. And a Queen as well. And he wants another Queen, and he's gonna get it. Another Queen goes down. Now, this is all really good damage. Don't get me wrong, this is all amazing. 9 drones and 2 Queens. But what about the mutas? What about the Spire getting another Queen? Oh my god, another Queen goes down. 3 Queens. Can he get another? No shot. The Lings do fall. There we go. The mutas do reveal themselves, and finally the shuttle is gonna be hunted down. The shuttle will fall. The Reaver as well. Shuttle does get the hell out of there. Behind this, going for a double Stargate into Mass Corsair. Oh my god, Classic. He saw the gases. He saw the gases. He didn't see the Spy, but a really good read here from Classic. Going into Mass Corsair. And he's just blind countering. Really nicely done. The blind counter is here. The mutas, they can't push in. You see Dark trying to split out, trying to avoid that splash damage. But alas, more Corsairs are building up. And so far, these mutas haven't gotten much done. They've killed 1 Reaver so far. Little Corsairs, they chase them down up to 4 Corsairs. Every muta's gonna fall. GG gets... He's like, question mark? What's going on? How'd you know? It's like, Papi, you're too predictable. What's going on? But again, a really good read here from Classic. Seeing the gases. And going for the double Spire. Oh, sorry, double Stargates. Ay, ay, ay. And yeah, with that, I mean, Dark, he's in a rough place. Like, he's in a very rough position here. He's got a couple of Corruptors building up. I mean, what else can he do? Right, he has to make use of his tech. He has to go Corruptor. He has to commit. He's trying to re-drone, trying to resaturate, but he lost a lot to the initial Reaver drop. And Classic is just all over him. Crazy. Now, Classic, he does miss the mutas. True. The mutas, they do bypass those those Corsairs. I almost said carrier. Probe's gonna be going down. Nice damage here by Dark. Meanwhile, Reaver drop here into the mineral line. Oof, drones are going down. There's no escaping this. Now going for the Overlords as well. Yeah, Classic, he's just tearing a Dark apart. He has cannons back at home. More Corsairs. The Corruptors, they do nothing. They get targeted down. They tank a lot of shots, but there are just so many Corsairs. GG gets called. Classic, he will take the series 2-0, and Classic will advance on to the grand finals. GG. Oh my god. Very impressive play there by Classic. Again, he knew that he got scattered as well. He knew that the Robo got scattered, that the drop was getting scattered. So just really good response there from Classic. He had very limited information, but it's also one of those things where if you play against a player enough, you kind of recognize their responses. You recognize how they react to certain things, and I feel like I want to apply that to both Game 1 and Game 2. Just really, really nice play there from Classic in both games. Just shutting Dark down. I was expecting an ace match coming into the series, but Classic says no. And now we're going into our grand finals. Crazy, crazy. Classic was building the Stargate before even seeing anything on Dark side of the map. Yeah, that's why I'm assuming, if you, as I mentioned, Classic, he knew that he got scattered. He knew that his Robo got scattered. He knew that his initial opener got scattered, referring to the Robo into Reaver drop. So because he knew that Dark was aware, he had, I am assuming, made the assumption that Dark would respond with Mutaplay, and yeah, just rush into Carrier from there. Oh, sorry, Corsair. I keep saying Carrier. Corsair, the other one. So really nicely done. Really nicely done there by Classic. It's beautiful. Here we go. So from there, we're getting into our next setup here. We're getting into the finals. Dark needs to rush lurk. I mean, I wouldn't say that at all. I would say that, as I mentioned before, right, that most likely Classic has been in games where Dark reacts to his Robo opener with Mutaplay and has been quite successful with it. I would assume that that's where Classic comes in, and where Classic, or that's why he would have reacted with Mass Corsair. So yeah, really cool. Really cool to see. Really cool to see, and that leads us here into the grand finals. One moment, as we do set it up, it is going to be a TvP between Spirit and Classic. Let's go.